morning, everybody. It's been a little while since I did a video. I've been waiting on a turbine, which I finally got this beast. It's a big turbine. Anyways, got this for the Avanti, so I can go ahead and finish that now. But the main reason I'm doing this video is to show you my next project. I finally got the Skymaster F-14 in. I wish I could say it made it here without any problems, but it didn't. So just kind of show you guys what what I'm looking at so far. This build's going to be on the global forum, just for since I'm a fly with the team now, and we're going to be carrying the Skymaster line of jets. So if you guys want one of these or anything else, you can contact any one of the reps, and they can get you hooked up. More than likely, they'll send you to Jose, and he'll place the order for you. The good thing about that is you have people to help you out with issues that you have along the way. So that's kind of a plus, I think, to having somebody here in the States that you can communicate with. I know that's always been, a big thing for me when I ordered them. I actually ordered this one in the Avanti back in July when I was in Afghanistan, and I wasn't a part of the team yet. And I went through Eric Clapp, so great guy to deal with. He's a rep for Skymaster as well. We went through a lot to get this right. It just sucks that it didn't make it here without some damage. But great guy. He helped me out a lot with getting all the things right. We had to do a couple changes to the decals because they put the wrong decals on. They were supposed to do subdued low vis decals. They put color, and I think if they wouldn't have had to went back and redone those decals, the paint on the nose section would have been a lot better than it is. You can see some areas where they sanded and didn't get it clean, didn't get an even paint, and then they reapplied the decal and clear coated it, so now it's under the clear coat and it stands out like a sore thumb. So I'm gonna try to do something about that. Hopefully I can get that looking good. If I ever weather the jet, it wouldn't be an issue, but because I don't like to weather my jets, it stands out, and I'm very picky. Ask Eric. Anyways, the other thing that was damaged, I believe some of it was shipping, and then some of it was factory. So I'll just kind of show you what's messed up so far. So the biggest thing, the showstopper, is bam. Nice big pressed in hole in top of the stab. And you can kind of see it basically there's a line here. It goes this way, which you can't see this one very well, and then this one goes this way, and this is the top of the stab. So that's got to be fixed. As long as they can match the paint, I'm just going to have them replace this, because $10,000, a lot of money. So for it not to be right and for me to have to do stuff like that is just not what I'm willing to go with. Plus, as you as a customer, you would want the same thing. So we hold these guys to high standards. So, and the next thing, I'll have to take this off here. You can see these guys here. This is the top of the fuselage. And this one is a little fin. It's stationary. This is the piece that comes up, the hatch. This is stationary. This one, I didn't know this, but it actually moves forward and back. And there's a pin right here that you push it forward. It allows you to lift it up. You can kind of see it in there. So what happened is, when instead of painting this part and this part separate, is they had this on and painted it with this sliding latch fin, what are you going to call it? It's a fin that's hidden, doubled up as a sliding hatch, but they painted it with it on the jet, so naturally when this moves, all that paint that was dried in there basically just chipped off. This one's not too bad, but you can kind of see a little bit on this one. But the biggest one, this is completely broke loose. This is the stationary one. Thinking that this one was done in shipping. And you can see where all the paint chipped off of it. This one is there again, is that sliding hatch. And let me get a flashlight. You can kind of see all that paint has chipped off, and see it there. And they obviously knew about it at the factory because they took some paint, but it was too dark, and then they just ran it down that seam trying to cover all that chipped off paint because it was white. So this stuff was factory, which is just not satisfactory. So this, I'll call that shipping because it's obviously broke off, but that was factory, them just trying to fix a mess up, you know. And I know it's, you guys say, okay, well that's just a little easy fix. Well, it's not an easy fix because it's on top of the jet. It's high vis. I got to match the paint and everything to try to make that look good. And hey, by the way, I just paid a lot of money for this, so you know, just trying to, you know, just trying to show you. So not a huge deal, just something that was damaged. It's hard to see it, but there is an actual gouge right here, and it was factory because there's paint in there. It wasn't something that chipped off in shipping. So there's a boo-boo. You can kind of see it there, that discoloration, fixing a boo-boo, and they just didn't do a very good job of matching the paints. And it just little things like that. There's some paint chipped off back here, little things like that. But I mean, that's the extent so far of everything that I've found. The nose, you really can't see it unless you're out, you know, in good light, but these decals had to be replaced, and they sanded them off, the colored ones, and put these on, but the area around it, you can see where they sanded, and the dust that you know comes up when you sand, they didn't get it cleaned off very well, and then they clear coated over it. And you can see there's real dark areas of paint where they put the new paint on, and then there's this light areas where they had sanded, and then they did not cover up the canopies, front canopies, when they painted. So there's blue paint on here, there's clear coat, and you can see how foggy it is. Front one, same thing, it's really scratched. There's a huge scratch running down here on this one. So they're gonna send me a new canopy. The overall bigger portion didn't get anything on it. They had taken that off, but it's this. You can kind of see how it's light and then really dark. Can't really do it with light, but yeah, you kind of see it there where they sanded off that area, and it's really dark when they put the new paint. And this area is light from where they had sanded. I guess didn't get all the clear coat off, and then they reapplied a clear coat. So I'm gonna have to either sand that down or just let it go. What else was there? That's about it as far as big things. These inside the gear doors are going to need a lot of work. It's very ugly. But that's just, it's typical Skymaster. I mean, that's nothing that I wasn't aware of. I'm going to try to get them to do a better job on those from now on. Like I said, the biggest issue is that stab. Getting that replaced and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and get this mounted back down here. I'm going to try to get the Avanti done now. Get it out of the way before I start on the F-14. Good thing they did, though. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong. It's a good jet. They did a really good job on the paint. I'm really happy with the color scheme because this was kind of a custom color scheme, and we kind of fought back and forth trying to get the right colors. They did a great job with the colors and things like that. So don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to bash or anything. I'm just trying to show you guys the good, the bad, and kind of the ugly, if you want to say. So The good thing is they did put my tanks in, so I had to tear everything out. Of course, I got to tear it all out to put them back in, but they left everything off so I can go ahead and do my typical mods and stuff like that. They did give me the aluminum wing actuators. That they replaced the plastic, the back end portion of it, with a metal one, which is good. They normally they probably charged me for it, I just didn't know. And then they went ahead and put that mod that, like, they had the problem with the wing swinging back and hitting the stabs, so they basically tilted and put some washers. They went ahead and added like a spacer in there on the actual swing wing mechanism, so that's a good thing. I didn't know that they were going to give me a brake valve. When you get the air kit, I guess you get a brake valve, all the valves, which is a plus. Two of the pressure gauges, which is nice. 4 tanks, so that's definitely worth it. And I ordered 2 extra Phoenix missiles. All my missiles are unpainted because I wanted to do those myself. I did have them paint the pylons and the tanks and everything to match the gray on the bottom of the jet, but all the missiles I'm going to be doing myself because I wanted to make them really detailed myself. Cockpits, yeah, for $300, it's very basic. There's people, people have been complaining about it. Hopefully they'll fix that in the future. Because that's $300, roughly almost $300 for the cockpit, and I would rather probably get one not painted. That might be a better option, is to have them not assemble it and paint it, and you do the final assembly and paint it, because then you can be more detailed on it than they do. The seats are pretty cool because they actually have cloth straps, restraints, and everything. But there's already people making 3D molded or 3D printed instrument panels and everything. So that's an option. I'm probably going to try the Global offers a 1/7 scale, like 1/7.5 scale cockpit. Now that I have this one, I can measure it, make sure that one will work. Because I don't want to spend, another $200 something for a cockpit, cut it all up, and then it not work. So more to follow on that. The wings, fantastic. They're very durable. The only thing that, just as a kind of an engineer standpoint, is the way they mount. There's just that carbon rod that slides in, and that's a lot of force on a carbon rod, and it's only that much of the carbon rod sticking out of the wing, and that's what bolts in. Obviously there's no issues with it because people are flying them like crazy, as they are. It's just just something I thought was kind of maybe a weak point in the jet. But the wings are phenomenal. The slats are there's no slop. They seem to be very, very sturdy, which is a good thing for the leading edge slats. Speed brakes or the spoilers are very nice, the flaps, so I'm really impressed with the wings. The rudders, like those. Stabs are really beefy. Like I said, it's just that one area. There just happened to be nothing in that little area where, I guess, whatever crushed it hit it. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah, so yeah, yesterday was kind of a bad day for me. I got the jet, and I was worried, real worried about the shipping getting damaged, and then I saw the little damage, so I was kind of in a bad mood. And then I went to go get the turbine and deliver a jet, and not more than 15-20 minutes after leaving to get the turbine, I ended up I was getting off the highway and hit some water on the off ramp and ended up losing control of my car and did two 360s and bounced off the guardrail twice. So thank God I got rid of I had the guy had already taken the jet, because that could have been bad. He probably would have saw it on the news, me impaled with jet parts from the wreck. But so yeah, it was a bad day. Anyway, so, and you know, I'd made some videos of the unboxing and everything, and I was just I decided just to start over this morning, and because it was just a bad day, and I didn't want to you know, put videos on there of me being in a bad mood, so it's not very professional. But anyways, I'm gonna get to cleaning up this stuff and moving everything around, and go ahead and get back to work on the Avani. Get this turbine in. That turbine is very big. That's all I can say. So the pipe I have definitely is not going to work. So I'm gonna have to have the new. When they send me the new pipe, I can get that in. But I can go ahead and use this one anyways to get everything finished up and just be waiting on the pipe. They didn't send me the wing bags with the F-14. That's another thing. There was a couple people talking about that on the forums being an issue. So they owe me those too. And they're supposed to give them, you know, they put them on the website. They're free when you buy the jet. So if you don't have yours, just contact whoever and have them send you a set. And I've already talked to John from Skymaster and kind of showed him initially what's going on. I sent him some pictures. I told him I'd send him a lot more detailed pictures today. So I'm going to get on that. Hopefully they can get me the new stuff here and everything. The biggest thing I'm worried with is they